The Armenian Remembrance Day, April 24th, 1915. Story by Linda Iggy Dean, which is me. This is a story about the Armenian genocide on April 24th, 1915. This happened 105 years ago. The story takes place on the evening before April 23rd, 1915. Today is Saturday. Good Friday was yesterday, and tomorrow is Easter. Springtime is abuzz. Parties all day long with the men discussing the state of the world. World War I is raging. The Armenians can either support the Ottoman Empire or align Armenia with the Russians and create an Armenian homeland. On this Saturday, the Turkish officers called the men into a meeting. Most men were skeptical, but they must attend. The meeting was so that the Armenians could defend the Ottoman Empire. One of these men was Ohannes Bashan, John, my grandfather. Once all the men were in the church, the doors were barred and the soldiers pulled out their guns. Pop, 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 pop. The gunfire went on until all of them were dead. John and all of his friends, George, Krikor, Michael, are all gone. This is the start of the Armenian massacre, or the Holocaust, or the genocide. Leaders in Constantinople at the time, are all killed. Without their leaders and their men, the women and children are at the mercy of the Turkish warriors. Now, Armenian women are thought to be special. She is revered for her lovely home and beautiful children. The Armenian faith in God is thought to be unshakable. Armenia is where the apostles and the disciples went after Jesus' death. Armenia became the first Christian nation in 301 after death. 12 years later, the Roman Emperor Constantine proclaimed the Edict of Milan, decreeing tolerance for the peoples of the Roman Empire, Christians in the Roman Empire. He called the First Council of Nicaea in 325, and the Nicene Creed is professed by Christians today. The year 2020 marks the 105th Armenian Remembrance Day. The killings in 1915 went on for about 7 years. 1.5 million Armenians, Greeks, Assyrians, and Coptics were killed for their faith. At the 100th anniversary in 2015, the church celebrated the souls becoming saints. Last October, when Trump allowed the Turks to wage war on the Kurdish people, the United States Congress finally recognized the Armenian genocide in order to punish the Turks for their aggression. I don't know what's going to be done in the USA or the world now that Turkey has been held to account for her actions. What will the government do? The Kurdish people live in the southern border and occupied land in Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. Turkey is doing to the Kurds what they did to the Armenians. Is there no one willing to stand up for the Turkish government? As Hitler said, did they remember the Armenians? Some Kurds in 1915 had a role in the killing, but some also saved many Armenians. My family was sheltered and hidden by a Kurdish family. I would not be here if not for the Kurdish people. This makes me realize God sure made sure that my family should live and Armenian people should live. I love being Armenian. We dance, we sing, we love life, and we love God. We love our homeland, we love our rat. We love making wine. My dad's village, Adamkir, made textiles before they were killed in the 1890s. I do want my homeland back, even though America is my home now. I will be faithful to my army, to my love of God and merriment, and I will also love the freedoms that are of America. We must make our beliefs in God wherever we go. I despise murder. It is not God's plans for us humans. Please recognize, too, the First Nations, American Indians, had their own genocide by the Europeans. America now belongs to the Indians and the immigrants. We still hold our roots, even though we are in the American melting pot. So on this note, I raise my pinkies and sing, God bless America. When